It started. I hear it.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of Blurred Line Podcast. We got your one and only, the backbone, the back end, okay, that just sounded so wrong, but still, the production guy himself, Mr. Captain New. We got the beautiful, the secret love child of Lady Angel, Lady G, aka Wicked Angel, aka she got so many goddamn names that I keep forgetting on which one I need to call her each day.
Next time become senpai.
Okay, and exactly. And then we got the power man himself, the strong man, the Akuma, the Us, the Hisatsu power level man himself. Makes no kin. Welcome,
I
everybody.
didn't. I didn't know. I didn't. I didn't. Let me say something. The only thing that went wrong there is that you fumbled the ball when you said all those things. You didn't say the backbreaker for yourself because you already said everything else.
The backbreaker,
And
yeah.
I was like, the only thing was missing was the background, the backbreaker. I would have been like, oh,
Oh yeah. Because I do be putting that pressure on that
there you
lower
go,
backside. You know what
there
I'm
you
saying?
go,
When she be
there you
calling me.
go.
But yeah, man.
Yes.
Appreciate everyone pulling up this morning, man. It's been a busy week, it's been a busy last few weeks, man. But we want to keep coming with this fire content to you guys. We have a great lineup show for you, for everyone. But before we get into the lineup today, I always like to ask, how are my co-hosts doing this morning?
Who goes first?
Oh, so you go first. Ooh.
Okay, I can go first. Oops.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
excellent. Thank you. Uh, well, when the paths of North and West collide and man and beast intersect, I feel pretty good.
Excellent. That's good.
You know,
Good.
I'm
That's
all
good.
right. I'm all right.
Hey, that's all you
Uh,
asking.
I have plans this evening for something very dirty.
Oh yes.
Stop
Very.
it.
Oh yes, I'm going to. I'm going to make this the secret love. Not even secret. It's going to be very loud and disgusting love with an ovan
Ooh,
and a
Avon.
Philly cheesesteak slider.
Ooh, cheesesteak
Slut.
slider.
You dirty slut.
Ooh, talk to
Yes.
him. Talk to him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Slap
Yeah.
some butter on that
Ooh,
bad Betty.
ooh, ooh, ooh,
Sprinkle some cheese on
ooh.
her backside.
Oh,
Tell her like, "Ooh, you dirty."
ooh,
Ooh. No,
oh.
before we get too deep into it, Lady Gunner, how are you doing today, baby?
I'm doing good. I'm well rested and recovered from what was that my Friday night stream. If you was there, I apologize deeply. If you wasn't there, you didn't miss nothing other than me having faulty memory lapse. And
Damn.
Saturday, I had holes in my memory. I don't know what happened the day before. All I know that 98 proof kind of destroyed me. But here we are. I'm happy I'm here. Like
That's
nothing ever happened. But I
mm,
would never, ever, ever do that
right. And
again.
before I tell you how I'm feeling, good morning, Twilight. Good morning, T.
Yes,
Willer
I
Don.
see that I made you hungry, and that's good.
It's
Hunger
beautiful.
is good.
Hunger is
Yes,
great. But with that being
yes.
said, Lady Gunner, I heard you like to eat your vegetables.
Oh, stop it!
I'm
I
going to
didn't.
feed you a handful of vegetables. You
I
just, you
didn't.
just
I,
wait
I
on it.
heard you like to eat your peas with a little spinach on top.
Bro,
Uh,
you know you
I
did that
love
last
spinach.
night
I
on.
hate peas.
He did that stuff on Spice's stream last night, and she had no idea what he was talking about, so she thought he was talking shit. And she got mad. No, she was all mad. You ain't gonna make me eat my vegetables, honey. You think you
He
are?
kind of was. He made me eat my vegetables and they clipped me on Facebook
Man,
man,
y'all better be careful because she's
on
good
my
at
own
teching, bro.
stream.
no. I mean, yesterday I ran a few matches with Joe. Pulled up to my stream and it was terrifying. Had a
Mm.
good time and Joe did not force me to eat no vegetables. It was good, Charlie. Appreciate you pulling up, man. But
Is his name really Charlie Will? Is that really Charlie Wilson?
not the Charlie Wilson, but that's my young
Bro,
protege right there. That's my young
I was about
protege
to
right
sing
there.
the song. I was about to go all in. All right, okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That's good. That's my guy though. That's my young protege. But we got a beautiful lineup for you guys. We have the Dice Award nominees and winners. We have Resident Evil Mercenary Mode coming back. We got some Lightfall news. We have, of course, the greatest news of all time. Makes no kin. You gonna feel me when I say this? Fighting game news. Fighting game deliciousness. anything related to fighting games. We got Cammy showing her
Oh,
lower backs. We gonna have a moment there, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all gonna enjoy that. We got Mortal
oh,
Kombat announcements. We got E3 possibilities showing
oh,
some Metal Gear. Metal Gear.
oh,
But first, we got some
oh.
Lady Gunner delicious lead news when she's gonna talk about possible Hunter x Hunter, a game that was at the state of play. Lady Gunner, tell the people what you bringing today. Tell me, talk to me, girl.
Sorry, I got lost on the nipple rubs.
Oh,
But
More to come.
I would rather start off with the Lightfall Destiny
absolutely. Come on, let's
Destiny
talk.
news. But first of all, Destiny, Bungie, you need to do better. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sick of playing Destiny and
Mm-hmm.
getting hit by Jotuns or God roll weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you don't have a chance. Late
Mm-hmm.
Monarch or getting team shooting, fine. Team shooting been around since the age since Destiny first released in September. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mhm.
that's fine. But the fact that I have to go through so many weapons, I have to pull out Jotun or Le Monari just to get a kill. I just can't have good skill. It's not even skill
Amen.
based anymore. It's weapon related, weapon related, and team shooting. Like team shooting, two players fine. I could manage. The whole team come around the corner and shoot one or two people. The game is not now. Granted, I was a little bit litty, but the game is not fun anymore, bro. Like I went back and watched my thing, and you have campers already. That's in any shooter, Call of Duty, any shooter. That's fine. Team shooting, almost in any shooter, you get shot from different directions. But the one thing Call of Duty doesn't have is a weapon that does a high elemental damage and it gets you out of here. You don't even
Mhm.
have a chance unless you have that same weapon. I shouldn't have to pull up my Jotun and go against another Jotun. Like,
Okay.
but Jotun is on the bottom of the list now. I used to hate Jotun. Late Menard,
Mm.
one tap you then switch to a pistol or anything, and I'm out of here. Like, why do I have to deal with that? You can't just take half my health or just take my shield. You gotta you gotta kill me this much and then they switch to a weapon that fast. What was the point of that weapon? Like that's not fun, especially if you go through a whole team that has it. Or granted, people that play trials get their god roll weapons, and then they come into regular PvP games and play against other people. It's not fun playing a game for a whole 15, 20 minutes getting killed the whole time. And some people be like, oh, just get good, blah, 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 get good this, get good that. If I feel like I'm a good player, great, I'm not the best, I'm not a trials carrier, but I can hold my own. But because you can, it's a perk on there. If you get three body shots, it's dang near equal to a headshot. Like, bro, what? That's no. Then I'm hitting you in the head, but you three body tap me and I'm dead. So yeah, Destiny. I'm not pre-ordering Lightfall. I'm kind of excited. I'm ready to see about the light, the dark, the witness. I didn't pre-order the $100 edition because I feel like,
Why? No, say it. Say it.
because I feel like me personally, I'm starting to not like Destiny
Mm-hmm.
anymore. Like I've been
Mm-hmm.
playing Destiny since it dropped, and I was still in high school. Like I've
Mm.
been playing Destiny a very long time. I got my nephew into it when he was in diapers. This man was playing with me last night. He's 11. He rages. Why is an 11-year-old raging on a video game that's supposed to be for everybody? It's like it's not
Mm.
even. It's dang near not even fun anymore. I have to
Mm-hmm.
use sidearms. It's whatever. We don't even have shotgun apes anymore. Everybody gotta have the latest god roll weapon or a high elemental damage weapon. Like it's it's not even fun anymore, bro. If I get on a game and I get mad at the game more than I have everybody's Destiny is PvE is PvE too. That's fine, but my name is Lady Gunner. I play Call of Duty too.
Hey now.
I'm not a big competitive player, but I like to dominate other people sometimes. I don't want to just
Mm-hmm.
dominate the computer for hours in a day. Like, okay, this is
Mm-hmm.
boring. I could do a max of 6 strikes before I get bored with a game. Like,
So,
end
question.
it. End it fun. Huh?
So question with that. So, I'm not into the Destiny anything anymore. Well, I'm not into the Destiny lore in the game side anymore. Just because I did my time, I was able to go through Witch Queen, and I did the Taken King raid, and I got that first roll of the Scout Rifle because I am him. But
Man, you did.
I did. I'm him. Um, but my thing is, when it comes to the roles of like the PvP, that was one thing that really kind of threw like where I kind of backed off of Destiny. I never really liked the PvP. Um, Derek can attest, Sean can attest, Greg can attest, you can attest. When Trials of the Nine was a thing, Perry did not enjoy himself. My lower backside was in pain, and I've never been back to the competitive aspects of it. And since the it seems like the balance of the game has been just, let's lamest term, lopsided as shit. It seems that it's just not any fun anymore. And this game is you ready for this, Derek? It's
What's that?
becoming Warframe in a sense when it's just PVE. Well, that's the aspect of where people are enjoying it as in the lore aspect instead of the PvP, which isn't that. I mean, it could be balanced, could be fixed, and I don't mind that. Running PVE is some great times that I can have. I mean, I'm doing it in Wild Hearts, but can that be a benefactor of why people do not pre-order this game or even play the DLC?
No,
Well,
I think you go ahead. You go ahead,
no, I
Derek.
mean
I've been talking for a
you,
long time. My turn.
you damn. All right. Well, if Sean were here, well, they're doing things. But wait, I gotta roll something up. Like I'm rolling something up. Oh, hold on. There we go. I got some. There we go. Okay, now I can be Sean. Okay. Well, bro, they got they're fixing things right now. PvP is gonna be different. They're changing the sandbox so that everyone is able to play out an equal level. I really think you guys are just being kind of harsh on Destiny. No, we're not being harsh enough. Throw the blunt away. Listen, I 180.6% agree with Gunner and everyone else. Destiny until Lightfall, because I don't like her. I'm not pre-ordering none of that until Lightfall. Destiny has been trash. What the I give it the last. When did Witch Queen come out? We'll just say last year.
So that's the latest DLC.
Yeah.
Okay, so September, whatever. Since the last DLC of Lightfall, I'm Witch Queen, and I mean maybe about a month after that. So Witch Queen, and then 1 month after that month, Destiny has been trash for at least six, five, six, whatever, however many months until Lightfall. That is how it's been, and we had to have that extended wait until Lightfall came out because we thought it would come out last year, and it got pushed to February for reasons that I completely understand. But the game is just not fun for everybody. People go in there, and yes, there are raids, there are dungeons and all that other shit. And if you have friends to play with, I'm sure it's a good time. But this is what I was trying to explain to everybody else. When you've played this game since the beginning, like Gunnar just told us, it doesn't the replay value doesn't feel like replay. It feels like doing the same sheet over and over and over and over again. When you join PvP after all these efforts of doing the same thing, you get nothing in return but meta. Meta whoops your ass all the way through. And that can be said for any game. But you would think in a game that has you go through all these quests to fight all these demons and aliens and robots that you would have something that gives you somewhat of an edge against everybody else. It's never like that. You can't enjoy yourself in the most competitive versions of the game.
Mm.
You can't even enjoy yourself in the regular competition of the game. All you can really do to have fun, to know that you are guaranteed to have the fun that you need to have, is PvE. The game's focus is PvE. And that's not good for people like Call of Duty players or people that enjoy shooters or people that came to Destiny in year one thinking that this was a Call of Duty slash Halo slash whatever the hell it was that people were calling it, because it's not there anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
That's the
I
problem.
didn't.
So, because we have a few comments I want to address, and I asked Lady Gunner and Derek, is Destiny more, was it built on PVE or PvP aspect, or was it kind of like in the middle?
At the
And
It
beginning,
was
it was in the middle.
definitely. I think it was definitely PVE. Trial of the Nine didn't drop until a little bit like a month or two
Well,
after the original game. But Destiny, when Destiny launched, they didn't show nothing about PvP. So they kept showing the PVE stuff and then adding in raids. I feel like the first Destiny was very invested in PVE in the video game. But granted, I didn't get the game when it first dropped. I got it a little bit, a couple of months after, and then PvP was still big. Iron Banner, the
Iron
That's
whole
what I'm
Banana.
saying.
mode
Yeah,
would be
PvP
filled.
back in Destiny 1 felt bigger than it does now because back then we had MLG leagues.
Did
We
it did
had
it did it feel bigger or did it feel more balanced?
and it felt but
Both.
no, it felt well both because we
Okay.
had MLG leagues. We had players making their names off of PvP back then. The little crafties, the triple Rex, the Miss 5000 Watts, the Dados, all these people were monsters and they had these special names and teams and clans and there were tournaments and people gave a shit. And then all of a sudden, Bungie did the whole, hey, listen, we're gonna work more on the PVE aspect, and we want this game to be more RPG, MMO RPG is what they said,
And,
and
and I
here we are.
right, and I wouldn't say I'm just gonna be the looking from the other side on this point.
What just happened to him?
What happened to who?
Did he did? Can anyone not hear Nick, or is that me?
That's you. Can you hear me, Lady Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay. Derek, can you
Yeah.
hear me? Yeah, I can hear. Oh no, we lost Derek.
You lost Derek. Derek's right here.
Okay, never mind. You can hear me now.
Oh no, I was like, what happened? Because I couldn't hear either one of y'all. I was like, where'd y'all go? Okay, we're good. Continue.
Okay. So one thing for my aspect, I think because I'm not going to discredit the DLC for what it's coming to and how much work the developers, I'm sorry, have put into this DLC, because you do have the loadouts that you can just automatically put on. The lore is looking more and more beautiful. The raids and the world aspect itself, I just believe, from you guys' point, is just that PvP has been a very big frustrating factor. In Lady Gunner's case, in particular, she's a competitive person, so she loves going through the story. She loves that aspect. But when it comes to the competitive point of the game, which tailors to her, it's frustrating to not have that balance. And I believe moving forward, because I do see that the developers at Bungie actually focusing more on the lore, giving the content with some more depth and some more meat into it. That here, we're going to give you guys this, but we're going to go ahead. Let's focus on some PvP aspects. Let's get some more balance so we can make a better competitive scene. I also believe when it comes to dungeons and whatnot to get the rewards, I believe they're going towards the focus point of, okay, now we're in year, I believe, 10, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to focus more of our hardcore fans. Grandmasters is a thing. You do this Grandmaster, we're going to reward you, and we're not going to. We're not saying we're not going to reward the people who just play on the regular level, who just want to run through the story. You perfectly can, but for those hardcore fans, the people who want to get after it, who don't mind redoing it, I believe those individuals should get more rewarded. Like when we play fighting games, there's nothing wrong with casual inputs, automatic combos, but we're going to reward those people more who actually put that time in, saying, "Hey, you learned the entire button input, so here's this max damage." You know what I'm saying? So that's where I see that more for. Just to address a couple comments, Charles is sweaty for no reason. Crucible is kind of tailored to the ones that spend all the time in there, which is true. I just wish that different weapons was a thing, for damn sure. Charlie, he said he'd be interested in the percentage of player base for PVE versus PvP. That would be good if we can actually look at those numbers. But
They push PvP to complete quests because people don't want to play it anymore. Yeah, I don't know if y'all
mm,
remember, they didn't really have PvP quests at first. It was just going there
Nope.
and get a weapon. All right, better go in there and get the armor if you want it. It was a choice. Now it's, oh, if you want this certain weapon, this shader, and
Yep.
sometimes they actually, I think I have a PvP quest on my thing, but you gotta play a lot of um there's regular Crucible, and then there's
Crucible, I like that. Crucible.
Crucible, and then what's the other thing? Um I can't think of the name, but it's for more, it's like it's for
Competitive.
more, huh?
Cyrus.
Is it
No,
competitive?
nah, sorry, it's Crucible. It's like the more intense 3v3. Like
Yeah.
Crucible is
Oh,
66.
survival or
Yes, and
yeah.
then you have survival. Like Destiny to me personally hasn't been good since they sunsetted Luna's Howl. Luna's Howl, even though there was a 3 type weapon, you had to grind, and that was a choice, and it was fun. I had that weapon. Then once they sunsetted that weapon and brought in Jotun and Lay Monarch and all these other weird
Yep.
weapons, it just started
Yep.
to
I've been Jotun
slide
so
down
many
to
times in my
virtual.
life.
Yes. And they just now fixed it to where you have a higher chance of dodging out of the way for it. But like, come on now.
It
Y'all
does.
just now fixing that. I know
I'm
y'all big on PvE, but y'all can't be that big if y'all making these insanely crazy weapons for PvP. Y'all just throwing
Mhm.
weapons out there and saying good luck. What she say? May the odds be ever in your favor. That's what I have to go through in there.
put your threes up, people. Put your threes up. But so we're hey Corey, welcome. But so we're not dwelling on some delicious Destiny news. If you have any input on that, please let us know. Reach out in the comment section or reach out to our social media so we can discuss it more. Moving forward, we got a
My boys. I'm sorry, I got excited. Every time I see Corey, I get excited. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. I mean, he's an exciting person.
Yes, he is.
TV screen and rage. Oops, did I say something? Um, but moving forward, we have another Lady Gunner topic, which I'm excited to talk about. Hunter x Hunter is now being put on hiatus indefinitely. And I'm gonna let Lady Gunner go ahead and do it, and we can discuss.
Let me do it. I didn't want to attack. I feel like personally, I'm attacking this man, which I understand people get sick.
Mhm.
I feel like personally, like if Hunter x Hunter hasn't been ongoing for about 4 years now, so that's fine. It's a good anime. But for you to say, "Hey, we finna bring it back," even though I'm gonna try, I'm gonna bring it back, and then turn around and be like, "Oh, it's going on another hiatus," basically
Mhm.
because of the author's health, which is fine. If you're sick, bro, just focus on getting better. Don't I feel like raise people hopes, but at the same time, I don't try to like well on sick people. Like if you sick, just be sick, bro. Focus on you. Don't. Hey guys, I'm bringing the anime back. Never mind, I'm sick again. Like, what's the point? You
Right,
could just stay focused on getting better. I was gonna say, yeah, just stay
I
focused
don't
on
mean
getting
to
better.
laugh
Like,
at what she's saying. She's absolutely correct. It's just the chat is. Corey says, "Thank God," and that's not because he's happy he's sick. He's happy about the postponing of Hunter x Hunter. And I
yeah,
don't
whatever.
listen. I well,
hold on.
can I?
Before,
Am I?
hold on. Let me go. Cause I want to get some
Yeah, I
clarification.
want you. Yeah,
Let me get some
yeah.
clarification. So, just so everyone clarifies, it's not more of the anime; it's more the focus of the manga. The manga has been postponed indefinitely due to the health of the author. This has been an ongoing situation of the author in which he comes back for a little bit, he drops some chapters, and then he just disappears again. Discussing with this with one of my anime friends and manga friends, anime academics, this is just a situation where it's time to wrap this story up and be done. The last few chapters of Hunter x Hunter have me personally have been very exciting. We have the Phantom Troop background and the origin stories of the leader of the group, and it was very good. With some, I believe we had some Hisoka. I think
Yeah, he's a
searching.
really good character. I like
Um,
the book.
Oh man, he's one of my favorites. But it's more or less just we just stopped literally after that chapter of the end of the Phantom R Troops backstory. We haven't been back since due to his health. And with that being said, I truly believe that at this point we don't even need to have because it's weekly. Stop the weekly announcements. I think it's going to be periodically that he's going to drop chapters. He's not going to be in rotation. When he drops a chapter, he drops a chapter, and we're just going to let him do his own personal thing. My point on that is let's go ahead wrap this up in like 20 chapters. Let's get done so you can officially retire. Let's be done completely.
Yeah.
Because you still have the manga, and then if you want to bring the anime back, you have to look at the particular studios that you want to bring it back. So let's go ahead. Let's be done with that. Derek, what is your thoughts on that? Well. Not for the anime itself or feelings,
So
just for the.
so here's the thing. Because we can't say that. You're not gonna get, well, I mean, in certain cases you can, but you're not gonna get Hunter x Hunter anime without manga.
Mhm.
There's a manga story. That goes for a lot of anime. It's just how it is, especially with shonen. That's just how it is.
Right.
So for me to say, anything about Hunter x Hunter and how bad the anime is or whatever like that is still in line with the manga. Now maybe the experience of reading the manga is better,
Mhm.
and I would know that, but if I'm going based off what I watch, again, it's a show that I don't even have to look at, and I will know everything that's going on if I'm just laying in my bed or doing something else and not paying attention. I will still know what's going on in Hunter x Hunter because it's so much talk for an anime that's about so much adventure, and we know anime is about adventure, right?
One
Yes.
Piece.
And I'm telling you, and they tell a story that I can still watch. I can watch the show, and if I miss one thing or I don't pay attention, that's something that's going to be left in the ether thousands of episodes back that I may not get back to unless I've paid that attention to it. But Hunter x Hunter is just the power of Nen, Ren, Zen, Fin, Blend, Ten, Gen. I'm done, bro. I feel like when Hunter x Hunter is on its action stuff, it's godlike. And it shows that Yu Hakusho sex, right? Hunter x
Well,
Hunter does that.
he's the creator. He's the
Well,
creator.
so then we both so good. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
It shows that Yu Hakusho sex,
Mm.
and I'm into it. I love Killua. I love the lightning abilities. I love when they were in the tournament. I even love that weird pedophile.
Hisoka.
But okay, hey,
Hisoka, that's my guy.
yes, I
This
just
is
call him
right.
I call him the pedophile. But hey, Hisoka, that's fine.
Yes.
Um, you know, but my scenario is that there's outside of that opening song when the song comes in, yeah, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh, and then everything else for the show just goes right back to. It doesn't click for me, and I can see it clicks for a lot of people. I don't know how they do it. I do hope the better health of the author, but I would agree this show has been dragged on for way too long. Like I watched One Piece, and this is me talking that a show's been dragged on for way too long. But this isn't the first time this has happened. This has happened with Baki, right? Baki the Grappler, his manga, we didn't know when the fuck he was gonna fight his dad.
Yeah.
Okay? And every time it came close, author was like, look, I'm taking a vacation, I'm taking a break, I'm sick, you won't even see me for 3, 4, 5 years, okay? He comes back, all of his crap is all over Netflix now. It's ugly, but in my opinion, the manga was better. So maybe in this scenario with Hunter x Hunter, it's the same thing. I need to read it
It's
and
it.
see it be done that way because the anime not doing it no favors.
Yeah. Just my personal opinion is just we need to wrap it up.
Yeah, go
Allow
ahead,
him
wrap
to
it up.
just finish the story, so the author itself, the creator of the manga, can wrap the story up. If you need someone to pass on the artistry that you are aiming for, but you're telling the story, do that. That's perfectly fine. Focus on your health, though, man. We want you to be better. It's not. I mean, I get the passion, but your health is more important.
This happens a lot, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Japan as far as health when it comes to manga writers.
It's
D
bro.
Gray Man was another anime that people like that manga story. Like everyone was getting hyped. D Gray Man was the
It's bro. It's the pumping out of trying to keep up with the schedule of certain magazines, and they put in work. Like some of these artists, the 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 art that they develop, the panels that they develop are not easy to make. Okay, when you look at Bleach, when you look at all the big three, Bleach is by far the most artistically driven one. That's not easy to do on a weekly basis to produce that content every week. When you look at art like Kingdom, when you look at art like Berserk, that level of drawing on that type of production level is extremely difficult. And then also when you look at, though I'm not a huge fan of it, Attack on Titan. Like Ray Clark said, to go through more stress to impress than any other, you're going through that to try to keep up and then keep your fan base happy. The guy who developed Attack on Titan literally went through hell and high waters because of the end of the high end of that manga. Went stressed. You know what I'm saying? So it's a heavy workload. Their culture is completely different when it comes to
Is
working.
this something that could be fixed if manga artists were just working in the same studio as the animators? Like, could this all just be
Mm,
one?
no, because the
I just
the
feel like because I don't hear these things when it comes to anime. I don't hear it that often.
well,
I
because
don't.
you have a
I don't
team.
hear
You have a team. You have a team of
Okay, so
people.
that's and this is why I'm saying I don't understand. If you have a team, I don't understand why you can't
So with that, you
put
have
the.
with a studio, you have a team of people who are developing what the author drew. So we can how we can say this. We
It,
know a Tupac track because of the sound of Tupac, but the production you can know Dre anywhere. You know what I'm saying? The studio aspect. Um, we know these. This is no Prince is a better example. Prince wrote a lot of people's songs. He wrote this. People then like Patti LaBelle, um, Alicia Keys, Whitney
so
Houston
wait, I think
wrote
we're
sung
getting
over.
we're,
No. It's that art himself. You can't. That person has to make it first. He has to write it. He has to
so that's
develop that
I
first.
understand that. That's not my question. My
Okay,
question
sorry.
is if these artists are having this issue, why can't they just work with that studio? The reason okay, here's why I'm saying this. Dragon Ball for oh god. Ugh.
Yes.
Dragon Ball, for example,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It has a manga, right? We
Super.
more famously in anime, but it has a manga. It has a manga story.
Yes.
And this is drawn every week, or I think they put it out every month, or however they do it. I don't really pay much attention.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something I
Excuse me.
feel
Sorry.
can be. I feel like if a studio, especially shonen, if a studio like that has an author working on manga already, I don't understand why he can't just be a part of that studio and they that team works together on what he's drawing. He's still gonna draw it. I'm not saying he shouldn't do his work, he shouldn't illustrate and write or none of that. But I feel like there should be a more reliable studio or source that is able to assist him with this.
I will
I
say
just feel I feel like there should be more for these people.
absolutely. I 100% agree. It's just what the author himself will go through. Now, if it's like a team of individuals, um, like our picture books here in America, you have an author and then you have an illustrator. Over there, they're both. So maybe they can start working on something like that to
I'm
build
telling
that.
you, it would just make more sense. I don't. Maybe I'm not in Japan. I'm not gonna pretend like I know everything that's going on, but I just feel like it would make more sense if the entire team working on one thing, the anime. I'll just, hey man, you need some help.
Well,
I don't.
and then
Who's not doing that? Who
but
is not walking up to a sick man in the middle of trying to make his story and saying, "Hey man, you okay? What can we do?"
but also it wouldn't be an anime studio that he'll go to. It will be, I will say, get a collective of manga studios that will be able to help, because if you go to an anime studio, one, you have to decide which one you're going to go to.
It just doesn't
Then
make
two,
sense. It's like
and
it's like saying a boxer. It's like a boxer being sick, and the boxing committee's like, "Hey man, you sick? Well then get the fuck out. We don't want to give you. We don't want to help you. Give you no medicine or nothing, so you can be a part of this $1 million scenario." That doesn't make sense to me because Hunter x Hunter, from the way you're all describing it to me, right,
hmm,
is incredible. It
yes.
makes a lot of money when it's a good.
It-
That's
let's
that's fine.
say it makes money, but when you have to look at, again, because you know this and you spoke about it, when you look at anime studios, there's money that's not going to a certain amount of people. So
Very stupid.
Yeah, and then you have
Very
there's things that goes with it. You have to choose a studio. Why should this studio invest in that? How much money is going into it? Can you make that money back? Because mangas is not the reason why they make all that money. It's action figures and their sales of merchandise. So there's a lot of factors to that. But bottom line, the author of Hunter x Hunter needs to wrap the story up and then just be done.
if he'll ever be able to,
Right,
because no one's helping him. So then
right.
he's just gonna be sick. Again, this is just, everybody. We're just gonna agree to disagree. I feel I
No,
think it's
no,
idiotic.
yeah,
I don't.
absolutely.
Yeah,
How y'all
it
know
doesn't
he
make
don't
any
want
sense.
help? Like, some people are
I agree.
persistent.
Exactly.
Like I
No,
said, maybe
that's
he's
what.
like,
Yeah.
Thank you. How do we know he doesn't want? Yes,
I'm just saying, 4
yes.
years
Could could
dry.
could could it could it be a pride thing? I mean, these are questions that we only he can answer, um, in his own way. And I mean, when you have a baby that you develop, sometimes you just want to be the one that finishes. And I
Yeah.
get
But
that,
he can't finish.
right? And
That's the point. That's
that's the
where we're.
point. And I get that. So it's something to look into. I just want his health to be the main focus. If you need to pass the reins off to somebody, please do, and keep moving forward. Um,
Dragon Ball did it with GT, even though it wasn't that great to a lot of people.
I
It
mean,
was
they did
there.
it. They do it with Super. I mean, Kira
They did it
Toriyama
with Super Right.
is the original developer, but they have someone
Yeah,
else writing the story. They did it with Naruto going into Burrito.
yeah. Going in the book.
So, but that I digress. I hate that show so much. I hate the manga. I hate the show. I hate everything about it. But moving forward,
Moving forward.
Mace, it's time for pepperonis.
Oh,
It's time
I
to
was about to lift my shirt up. What's happening?
talk some fighting games, baby.
Oh, come on now.
It's time
Come
to talk
on.
some fighting games, baby.
Come on
I
now.
like pepperonis too now.
Listen, if we wasn't on YouTube, okay?
we
Ooh,
we
ooh,
gonna say that for the Twitch stream. We gonna say that for the
Ooh,
Twitch
I
stream.
like I like my veggies, but I like pepperonis too.
Yeah, you
shoot,
definitely
man.
ate your veggies. If you missed it,
Shoot,
Lady
man.
Gunner
I will have my
definitely.
revenge, Nick. You gonna stop doing that. You gonna
Hey,
stop that.
hey, you're not the only one who ate some veggies.
I almost peed on you last night. Don't
You
forget.
you almost did, and
I
then
would
Almost.
like everyone to clarify who is not a fighting game player who's in the chat. She didn't pee on him. In fighting games, when you get a perfect, the letter P, at least in Street Fighter or other 2D fighters,
Taken too.
will appear at the top above the life bar, letting you know that you have been perfected on. But in the fighting game community, since it's 7 golden letters, usually we say you've been peed on. That's
We
the
don't gotta
point.
explain it to them.
Yes, we do. Okay, I almost peed
I
on you
almost
last
peed
night.
on him, and
Yeah,
he got that little lick in.
oh no.
Little Lick in. Didn't
I'm
I
gonna
win that
take.
whole? But
Oh,
I
yeah,
anywho,
know,
stories.
but
I,
I won a couple too. Now you finished the match. You won the war, but I got a battle win or two.
no, yeah,
Nah,
that felt good. Um,
listen, all of these you cute
yeah, like
fighting game
big newbies,
people. You
but
too. You too.
no, sir, I paid my
You
dues.
too.
I paid.
I saw your
He was giving Joe
post.
some
I
work
saw
now.
his post on Facebook last
Which
night. I
one?
saw.
Which one?
Listen, what you mean? Which one? The one where everybody's in there saying Nick is a dangerous blah de blah.
I'm not.
That
That's them.
man's a
That's
god.
that. No, no,
Lick
that's
was
them.
over here
He
lighting you
went on that
That's
up
he went
last
not
on that
night,
me.
bro.
That's not me. You cannot.
he went on that
You
fighting
cannot
game
tell
rampage
me.
You
last night,
You
though.
can't have other people speak for me. You can't have other people speak.
you're right. You're right. You can't. You can't.
You
You're correct.
can't. That's not me.
But you
That's
also,
me.
but you also didn't disagree with none of it.
I sat there and played with Joe, and Joe came in, and even Joe, we are getting away from the story because we will be here for another 6 hours talking about fighting games. We'll talk privately, but
Okay.
as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we've had fighting games is in its renaissance era, and we are coming for it. I am loving every aspect of it. During the state of play, we had four major announcements because each character shown in Street Fighter deserved their own announcement. I'm gonna let them bad boys have it. And then NetherRealm, Daddy's home, Daddy's place of business announced that Mortal Kombat 12 is coming out this year. Derek, tell the people what they about to get. Tell the people about the Street Fighter first. I'm gonna come in and
I
finish
was
it
going
off.
to say because you don't want me to go in on the Mortal Kombat
No,
stuff. You don't want me to be here for that.
they gonna get a
Three.
halfy.
I. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. But Street Fighter 6 announced Zangief.
Mm-hmm.
Zangief.
Mm-hmm.
They announced Lily, and they also announced Cammy. Now, or revealed Cammy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only bad thing about all of this, and literally the only bad thing, is that Lily wears a very short. She wears shorts under her long shirt. If you did not watch the trailer in 4K, you do not notice that there's a belt over the shorts. She wears red shorts under the long shirt. So in the end of her super move, there was this big, like literally for about 2 days, there was this whole thing about how when she falls down on her enemy after the critical art, her legs are open and you can see panties. And she's a young little girl, so people were like, okay, Capcom, that's a little much. But they weren't panties. It's their shorts. And again, that just means that you were watching the trailer from your phone or somewhere with the weakest quality. You over here 420ing that boy when
But
you should have
it's
been.
also perception. Why would y'all make it look like it's panties? Like, why I gotta
So,
have a 4K to see a belt?
I mean, well, first off, that is the way that media is today. If
I
you
know, but it's a
can't
little
see,
girl.
well,
But
okay, it's a little girl, but that's not. They're not panties. You're still saying
Perception.
perception. You're saying perception. That's not reality. That's what you think it is.
okay.
No, if I perceive, if I say I watched it, but I'm not watching
Right.
it on my monitor. I'm watching it on my
Right.
phone. I'm lagging a little bit, whatever. But it looked like she has nothing on underneath. But then she falls and
Right.
lands on somebody. You finally see something underneath, but it's red. It's just red. Like,
Right.
why
So
couldn't y'all
here's the
make the
thing.
shorts a little bit longer? Like, she's not a grown ass woman. It's a little
Not
girl.
saying not saying that you couldn't make the shorts longer, you're right, but you can see the shorts during the show. You can see the shorts under the long shirt while she's fighting before she falls down. And then when she falls down, then you see the belt.
But
Even
perception.
there's even
What if I had my
again,
camera up and all you saw was from here up? It looked like I'm streaming with no shirt on.
I get what you're
But
saying, but here's the thing. You also said at the beginning of that, you said looks like, not
looks like
is,
it's
not, but
perception.
that again, perception is what you make it, not what is actually there. Fact says they're shorts. Your eyes tell you an opinion of something that is not true. Now, this does not mean that perception is wrong, right? Because obviously we can see something wrong and say, yo, that looks wrong to me. I'm not feeling it. We get that, and that is why there are this many people that are saying that they just don't feel it. And this is not the first time Capcom has fixed something like this. Because when Laura first came out for Street Fighter V, you know how her stuff looks right now.
Mm-hmm.
When we all start, okay, it was so much worse before. You had the areola peaks coming out, all right? You can see the little bit of brown.
All I'm saying is perception.
So
Like, yeah,
I
she got
agree. I
shorts on and
agree.
she got a belt, and yeah, that's not reality. But why would y'all make it look like she don't have anything on? What
Because
was the point of that?
listen, Capcom, and I'm gonna tell you this just straight up. I'm gonna tell you this straight up. There's a reason. First off, we have you here because you're brilliant and you're beautiful, right?
Oh,
You were
wow.
on this show. Let's just if we're doing this, if we're gonna say it, then we're gonna be true about it. We're gonna hold it to everything out there. We have you on this show. I'm sorry, Blurred Lines has you on the show because you are beautiful and intelligent. People want to come here because you have friends that see you and in love looking at you as much as listening to you. The perception is if Gunner is here, the people that like eye candy not only will enjoy listening to her, but looking at her. That is the perception, not the reality of why you're actually here.
But that, I mean, I
It
get
doesn't.
that, but they're depriving from what the true news is. We got three
I
main new
understand that.
characters,
I
but the
understand
show,
that we
but
do have three new main characters, but that's
look,
my
well,
point. Because even when you lead into Cammy, it's the same thing, bro.
yeah,
It's the same
absolutely.
thing. Cammy was showing you. You saw all the poses in that trailer,
But I mean,
and
also
even
they changed the entire
they did.
design of, well, not they
They
didn't
did. They changed the
the
design. Gave her
the
short
outfit,
hair.
short hair in the
Yes,
outfit that she usually wears because she
yes.
usually wears a one piece.
But
But
even more than that, bro. But even more than that, right? When they do the ass scenes, with you notice at the end where when
yeah,
she's done doing her fight and she poses and the ass is in the camera, they
mhm.
purposely drop her arm behind the crease of the booty cheeks so that you're not seeing booty cheeks because Capcom, as Gunner said, the perception is there. You look at what you think you about to see. So I just want to say I don't disagree. I'm just saying what is fact. She's not wrong.
But yeah, and then
Not
we have
wrong.
to look at it as well. Lily is wearing because she's native, I believe. She is the
Yes, she's Native
dog.
American.
She's
She's from the tribe of T-Hawk. In the
okay.
on the website they didn't say
It's
if she's
specifically
daughter or
the
not.
daughter of
Right.
Tia. Okay, so she's
Yeah.
wearing a poncho, if I'm not mistaken. Dual wielding two tomahawks, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the outfit. Will it change? Absolutely. But like G said in the comments, she's wearing jean shorts. They're just Daisy Dukes. Now, again, this is a very vocal minority. I heard more about T Hawk not being in the game and having a little
Yeah,
girl
there was a lot of
instead.
sexist stuff about that
Yeah,
too.
that
Yep.
was more have I heard. I didn't heard too much of the design, but that's something I don't care for because I like the aspect of what Capcom's doing with Street Fighter 6. They are
Yep.
coming in with representation on such a big scale. I've seen more. If I'm not Zangief. No, there's been more women shown. No, I'm lying. I'm lying because we had DJ and all them
No,
showing at the beginning.
it's not that it's more women, it's that the balance of women and men are
Yes,
equal in this Street
yes,
Fighter
that's what I mean.
versus all the
Mhm.
others. They're trying to make it so that I mean they're over here doing the Avengers thing right now, okay? Only not 7 women and then like 2 guys or whatever. And it doesn't matter either way, but the good thing here is well, not good or bad, depends on how you
War
feel
clubs.
about it.
Thank you, Red Club.
Capcom is setting up the future of Street Fighter. So you're going to get a lot of new characters. We literally got so many new characters out of that 18 roster. JP, Marissa Manon, Lily,
Marissa
like
is my love. She is my
there's
snoo
there's
snoo.
yeah, I'm just saying there's so many Jamie, even with Luke, technically Luke, he's still technically new, you know what I
Right.
mean? These are the characters that are leading the charge. The ones that we know, the Cam, the Ryu's and Kens, they're the back. They're being moved from slowly. So by Street Fighter 7, we may not even see Ryu's going to end up being Akuma. The one old guy from the previous Street Fighters, one person left. Eventually we're leaving them behind. That's what
Absolutely.
Capcom is doing. We're going to have so many new characters here. It's not you it may not even be what Street Fighter was to you or what you thought it was before.
And Kimberly. Let's say
And Kimberly.
Kimberly. Let's
Yeah.
say Kimberly in the game, and she has her own 2 seconds of spotlight, so Greg is not upset with us.
Right.
Lady Gunner, can you say Kimberly for me, please? Say Kimberly.
Watch left.
Everyone on three. Let's say
Watch left.
Kimberly on three. One, two, three.
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Kim.
There
Oh
you
my
go,
gosh.
Greg. There you go. And he also said that
Uh,
classic attire will be there in for DLC, which I kind of
yeah.
figured. But how they did it is awesome. But I'm done with the attire. Derek, do you tell the people what Cammy did for us in her showing? Tell them about the thing.
They
Tell them.
used they used an old super, right? That an old move that she did in 1993, 92, 93 when the animated Street Fighter the animated series, animated movie Street Fighter 2 came out. It was literally my first anime. That was my first. That's where I started anime
Mhm.
at. And she literally jumps on your shoulder, twists your body or whatever to break it, then bends your neck, bends your whole body from the front back behind the knees and breaks your knees and your lower back. So she breaks your back. And they did the move exactly as it was in the 92 anime. And everyone was shocked because we haven't ever seen her or anyone in the anime, all the anime moves that we've ever seen for Street Fighter, we've never seen any of that in the video game before. So it was the biggest callback, and it got everyone so excited that there's not only all this new stuff, a new looking Cammy, but she still got her old move set. It gives that nostalgia. It's glorious. And for me personally, the reason I'm excited is everyone all over the planet, all you newbies out here, everyone is loving fighting games all of a sudden. And us veterans are over here looking at y'all doing this. We're over here drooling like, yes.
Free XP. Free
Oh
XP.
yeah. So all of you,
Wow.
we about to
Lady Gunner, you did it when
Listen,
holidays came around and Call of Duty
right,
was given to these
bro,
little
right.
kids, and you was like,
You know,
"Oh,
XP weekend, you was ready to, you was
No,
gonna
I
beat
love a
everybody's
challenge. I
ass.
like beating the crap out of people.
Yeah, hey, it's the same difference for us. We just got to do it a different way. Listen, and here's the other thing. Everyone getting excited about not being peed on. Stop it.
No,
There are much worse ways for you to get hurt in fighting games
I
than
got
just
peed
getting
on
peed
3
on.
times in a row.
It
What's
doesn't
worse?
matter. It
What's
doesn't.
worse?
What's worse?
Tell me something that's worse.
Lose money.
That was your choice. You know what you want. You know what you signed up
It
for.
was your.
I
It was
didn't
your
sign up
choice.
for to
It
get
was your
peed on
choice.
3 times in a row,
Yes,
Derek.
you did. Yes, you
No, I
did. It
didn't.
was your choice. It was your choice to compete and guard impact, and you got what you asked for. You wanted killers, and you also said, "Give me everything."
I meant what I said, but I didn't sign up
Amen.
to get peed on 3 times in a row. I couldn't
Look,
even fight back.
look,
Okay.
exactly. That's hey, look, that's a part of the
I
game.
didn't sign up for
I
that.
mean, then you can go 10-0 Sonic Fox versus what's it call it, getting called out and then losing.
You know,
But
you know.
that's just per talent. I mean, though this is coming from that's Derek's side viewing, and it's from my viewing. I'm just loving the aspect of people are excited to get back into fighting games
Yep.
with the announcement with the $1 million that Capcom said with Street Fighter 6 for Capcom Cup, and then with the trailer of these 3 characters, 2 vets and 1 new one. We are seeing a resurgence of not only no, we're seeing a surge in new players coming through. Really excited. Derek's getting hit up
Yes.
all the time on Twitter. I seen conversations with him on Twitter, in his inbox, on Facebook. Say, hey, should I get Street Fighter 5? What can I do to learn? But we are seeing the return of gods that used to
Yeah.
run the entire Street Fighter lane. Like these are people vets
Yeah.
that have been
The
awoken.
Street Fighter 4 players that just fell off because 5 wasn't doing it for them.
They're
Wait,
coming.
so how long y'all waited for a new fighting game to come out?
It's literally
A good one. A good one.
2015. Since 2015, we waited for a good Street Fighter.
Mm.
And it got good towards the end, but then by the end, no one cared anymore.
Right.
So unless you were a pro.
You had to, that's how you make your money, so you just had to deal with
how
it.
you make your money.
Years?
Yeah.
Tekken 7's not good?
No.
Tekken,
We
not
are Street
talking
Fighter
about
players.
fighting games. We're saying Street
Oh,
Fighters.
yeah.
Yeah.
Street Fighter in particular.
No, yeah, Tekken 7 was godlike. Tekken 7 was one of the heroes of the generation. And normally it's Street Fighter that leads the charge.
Mhm.
Street Fighter will come out with a brand new game, and then every other fighting game company will be like,
That's how you know I'm not really diverse in this guy. I could have swore it was Tekken 7 that was leading the game.
Tekken 7 is
well in this
Tekken 7
generation
is leading
and
in this generation, yes.
And Lady Gunner, that's a phenomenal way to look at it, because when you look at it, shout out to Maximilian, when you have literally the 3 heads of fighting games, it's Street Fighter, it's Tekken, and then it's Mortal Kombat. Those are the 3.
Those are the big 3.
Mortal Kombat 11 fell off. But guess what everyone was doing? Guess who everyone was pulling up to see? 10 for Sonic Fox to pick anybody. Before there was Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 4 had Infiltration, Tokido, Daigo. You had Justin Wong. You had people pulling up. Then when you look at Tekken 7 was able to bring everyone together, and then you had a resurgence of a showing of new players that show different ways to play this game. So we, like Greg said, we are in our 3rd coming of fighting games with the announcement of Street Fighter 6 hard deadline on when they're going to announce, and the surprise announcement of NetherRealm saying we are bringing Mortal Kombat 12 this year for you during the state of play, where they could have said this on Mortal Kombat, but they said no, we're going to do it on a bigger, on Microsoft. They said they could have did this on Microsoft, but no, they said we're going to do it on a bigger platform, the more prestige platform at state of play. Hey, we're bringing back Mortal Kombat.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we still don't have that trailer yet, as when we're gonna see it, but we still have another big state of play before E3.
Mm-hmm.
Then we still technically have E3 for other, and then after that there's Evo, which they did bring Mortal Kombat back for this year Evo, so there could be the announcement there. We have 3 different ways.
Well, they're not ready for that. We will
probably see the announcement for this game, because they gotta announce it soon, because they said Mortal Kombat 12 is this year,
and which can be towards the end of the year. So my thing is, Man, I
We could
can't.
end up seeing that thing today. We could end up getting off the podcast and all of nowhere.
Because they did it. There was no inclination of
Nope.
anything. NetherRealm was like, we're gonna be honest. Greg said it earlier. Street Fighter is Big Daddy. Tekken is Big Mama. And I'm sorry though, you're not competing with those two big fighting game people. No, there's no comparison.
Street Fighter is what?
Street Fighter is Big Daddy.
Okay.
Tekken is Big Mama.
Yeah.
Those two, NetherRealm, I love you, but you are not competing with that prestige line of greatness. I love you.
Like
they're up there, absolutely.
Up there. They're not.
Absolutely. Yeah. But when it comes to this, absolutely not. And I love more. That's my home. I'm home for NetherRealm games. But my thing is, with the announcement of 12, I really hope they go back to the pressure aspect that 10 got, because that's the excitingness that people went to go see for Mortal Kombat. They didn't look for footsies. If I want to watch footsies, I'm sorry, I'm going to watch Street Fighter. If I want to learn about, movie mechanics, I'm going to watch Tekken. I'm not going to sit here for Mortal Kombat for the aspect. I want to see good blocks, but good combo strings and pressure. I want to see Sonic Fox do Sonic Fox things. That's what I pulled up for. And this I'm addressing somebody directly. Look at me when I'm telling you this. Sonic Fox is not about to come to Street Fighter 6 and dominate for that $1 million. I love Sonic Fox, but do you understand who's coming back? Do you understand who's there? Moving forward. And I love you, Sonic Fox. I'm a huge fan. But yes. With that,
you're a mainstream fighting game?
it is an anime. It is like King of Fighters. You just have to.
What was your question?
I'm not gonna lie.
It's Guilty Gear mainstream like the other three.
That's really getting me into these fighting games. Like, I still got Guilty Gear on here. Like,
no, that's good. That's exactly what we want to hear, because in this generation, the leaders in this gen is Tekken, Guilty, and Street Fighter 5-ish.
Well, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Or Dragon Ball Fighters, yeah. Like, those are the ones that are taking the lead. When Guilty Gear Strive came out, while the older Guilty Gear players that weren't all that excited about it, people that don't play Guilty Gear are hype and love it. So, good. Excellent. Biking it up forever.
And that's good. And regardless of what Derek says, because he is a huge gatekeeper, which he has every right to be, because he's a fan of the fighting game.
It's not even about gatekeeping, but you got to earn it.
No, that's not.
I'm not letting nobody come up without the hard work.
Absolutely, and I get that. But when it comes to the expanding of fighting games and people coming in, this is what we always wanted. This is what the fighting game community always wanted and needed to be taken serious. And then we still got Project L, y'all, that could literally come through.
We're over here tripping about about Capcom having $1 million. What happens when Project L is like, listen, man, here's $1 billion, okay?
You know what I'm saying? And then we can't forget Evo was just announced. Lineup was just announced this week as well. Yes. Yep. We have Dragon Ball. We have Tekken.
Melty Blood. Marvel versus Capcom 3 came back.
It's Marvel, baby.
And then the first Street Fighter 6 for Evo. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
And every game is at 25,000, which is crazy, because usually you don't get that much at Evo per game. You would think that you would, but you don't. But and this doesn't include whatever those companies add as a pop bonus. So if Capcom was like, "Oh, you doing 25," and everyone on the planet is watching, add an extra 200 in that muff. Like that's stuff that they would do. Tekken usually announces stuff like that during the end of the tournament. Anyone that wins here tonight at Evo in the Tekken World Tour, there's an additional $500,000 pop bonus. Everybody lose their minds. What the fuck? 500,000? Like, that's,
Yeah, and this is beautiful. And then, I mean, just talking about Evo is going to be huge, and the announcement of they are no longer showcasing top 8. We are only doing top 6. Just because of time constraints, and because, I mean, if you run over time, that is costly, and they want to keep things moving as efficiently as possible, which is completely understandable, especially this year. Do you understand? I promise you, Derek, correct me if I'm wrong. Street Fighter 6 is going to demolish everyone who's entering.
Oh, Street Fighter 6 is probably gonna. So the largest entrance they ever had for Street Fighter was back when Street Fighter 5 first dropped, and they thought the game was gonna be that good, and they had over 3,000 entries. That was bigger than what they had ever thought was gonna happen. Now, Street Fighter 6 and everybody's good, everyone's playing it, and everybody thinks they're good at it. I wouldn't be shocked to see like a 5,000-6,000 entry
Easily.
and it's about it, bro.
And
I'm
then
telling you, Guilty Gear had the bigger one last year. Guilty Gear was at almost 3,000 entrants. Like,
and then you have Dragon. I remember Dragon Ball Fighters had a really big entry when they first came. When they first announced, and you had the Goichi versus Sonic Fox series going on, and then my thing is you have Marvel coming back with a prize pool of $25,000.
And you got to think about this. Everyone that's coming to this tournament to get into Evo, just to get in is $100. To compete is like another $20. All that money that this company is getting, and then it's sponsored by Sony.
That's that Sony money talking right now.
$25, and then if I lose, I don't get no money back.
If you lose, hey, so
you signed up for it.
Again,
welcome to the big league.
No, this is what you said, Gunner. You made a choice to sign up, right? You made a choice.
I'm definitely committed, but
if you want to fight that's the whole.
Hold on, Derek, you ready? Sing with me. You're messing with the big boys now.
In order to play the best in the world, that's the reason the price is there, because Evo is so much. You don't understand. Everyone at this thing that comes to these, they're carrying flags on their back, and people are cheering. Oh, it's the pride of Japan.
It's the international collection of countries.
It's an open tournament, Gunner, which means even though you've never played fighting games like that before, you can just walk your ass on in for $100-something and be like, I'm gonna fight you. You the best? You from the country of all that? I'm gonna fight you first. You first. Like that's how this works.
That's how it is. Tournament. And it's beautiful because it's literally so. Evo is
it's anime.
It's anime. It's literally it's the biggest tournament arc of each country representing their best players. Not like America versus this, but it's like individually they're representing their clans. They're representing their clans and their name.
Yes. Nobody knows who you are. No one's ever seen you before, and you can walk in and have the secret Hisats. Nobody knows. Oh, this man was able to activate the special Hisats of only the legendary. Like it's one of those. That's yes.
No, real talk. And then you have other tournaments like CEO and Combo Breaker, which is more of like those are just the battlegrounds. But that there is the international stage that you are going to get. That's when everyone from overseas. That's when the Daigo flies in. That's when the Tokido flies in.
That's when you're in trouble, because if you win the tournament,
you have to fight.
Daigo's gonna find you. Daigo will find you and be like, "Listen, I know you think you're good and shit, okay? But
first to 10 me, Playboy.
Right, fight me right now in another stream in a secret location for a lot of Japanese money that no one's supposed to know about. What's good?
To a first to 10. To a first. Do you understand? If you win that, you have the right to. So that's like saying, Lady Gunner, let's say are you big into basketball? Yeah, you play 2K. Say you win an NBA championship. And then LeBron James say, congratulations.
Meet me in the
here's the black card. I will see you in 10 days. And you're thinking like, nigga, you about to do what? No.
And you don't just see him in 10 days. You gotta battle him like it's a Pokemon gym. Meet me at the basketball court in the volcano, hidden under the in the secret location in Hawaii, bro.
Man, it's beautiful.
I'm going in there then. I'm finna walk in there, dodge your woo.
Oh Lord. So with that,
wait till I win.
So with that, we have a great announcement. Fighting game players, the fighting game community, we are eating once more. It is a beautiful year for
2023 is the year.
It's the year for
fighting games. Yes,
and it's time to it's time for labs. It's time to put together private lobbies. It's time to learn your mechanics. It's time to learn frame data. It's time to communicate. This is where we begin to build a healthy, growing community for something we love so much. Unfortunately, myself, Derek in particular, and G, we didn't have this growing up. Let's lead the pack of the new generation of people. Say, hey, I'm gonna beat your ass. It's not
Right.
gonna be easy, but
Nope.
I'm going to train you. You're going to be the best player possible that I can
Yes.
produce out of here.
Yes.
Let's help these
Yes.
people. Let's welcome in them. Let's build them. Let's be
Yes.
strong. Let's moving forward because anyone can still be great. The person who
Yep.
just won the last came in a tournament of I think Tekken or I don't think it was Tekken. I can't remember the game. He was a
Oh,
third. It was a 31-year-old father of
yep. That was
two.
Tekken. Top
Tekken
He
father
come
of
to the
two.
top
top
eight,
five. Top five.
Yep.
top
Top,
five.
full-time job.
Two full-time jobs.
Two
Father
Yeah,
full-time jobs.
father of two, 31 years old, and still was able to put that work in. So it is
Yep.
possible, people. So go ahead, put that work in. Let's be great. Moving on.
I
Outside
was
of
gonna say the one thing I love
no, go
about
ahead.
the FGC is y'all not really toxic like 2K, bro. Like even
No.
though I got fed my vegetables the other night, it was still like in good sportsmanship. GG. I don't hear
Exactly.
nobody telling me get back in the kitchen, you suck, or
No.
I did have one person tell me to get better, but other than that,
Because we've been through it.
but
Well, that's because we've all had to go through it. So that's why we tell, like,
that's
if you
fine.
lose,
It's
we don't
not.
want to see you quit. We want to see you come back off of your time skip
Yeah,
and
yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
ooh,
Like I really
Mhm.
love how the FGC really isn't toxic like that. Cause 2K,
yeah.
even though I play 2K and I get mad, I delete it, broke a monitor. 2K is
Damn,
very,
Corey.
2K is very toxic.
Oh, shots fired. But with that,
Wait, what did Corey say?
If you knew that
What did
story.
Corey say?
No, I said damn Corey to you. I called you Corey because you broke a
Oh
monitor.
yeah, two K is very toxic because you don't understand the pressure of men as
Mhm.
a female playing
I
2K.
understand.
Get
She
back in the
right. She
kitchen,
right.
go play the
absolutely.
WNBA. Boy, suck. Boy, I
I'm gonna tell
be.
you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, real fast, just before to move on to the next topic. Before we do, I would say this, Gunner. If you were ever in a tournament at the FGC and you were on stage and you were fighting or whatever like that, I guarantee you, every guy there, not because they're thirsty, is gonna cheer for you whether you win or lose. Because
Absolutely.
we men love it in the FGC when women beat ass. We can't get enough of that. It's a spectacle. One girl, but wait, that girl beat who? She did what?
That's why I love Cuddle.
They be holding
Huge
signs
fan.
up, and it's like WWE, bro. You will never be more welcome than the FGC. I'm telling
Huge fan of Cuddle. And moving on,
you.
just some quick announcements. We have the March PSN. We have Battlefield 2042, Minecraft Dungeons, Code Vein. Now with the premium, we have Ghostwire, Tokyo. We have Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, Rainbow Six Siege Extraction, Immortal Phoenix Rising, and some random furry game that was shown. Also at the State of Play, VR. VR was shown and it was beautifully made, and I'm just really excited for that. I mean, VR is the next wave of technology, and the way Sony is presenting it to us is very acceptable. It's very easy on the eyes. Also, we have Resident 4 more trailers seen at the State of Play. The return of Mercenary mode is back, so I'm really excited about that. And we have a day one uh, launch game being put on the PlayStation Premium and Essentials package, what is called Chia, being launched March 21st, which I'm really excited for. And then we have Naruto Connections. Yay.
Hey, no, don't do Naruto.
You know,
That game kind of good.
everyone is saying it's like, I know there are people calling it a brand new game. I'm just seeing like the same game with like 3 added characters.
Yeah,
But I
it's
mean,
definitely the
listen,
same
bro,
game.
they've been waiting years for that. So if it's new to them and it makes them happy,
Yeah, that's why I say yay, because I'm not excited because I have real fighting games to put work into.
hey,
Shots fired.
hey,
But with
man.
that being said, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We have the Dice Awards that was
Mhm.
presented this week, and we have. I'm not going to go through all the categories, but I will say this: God of War swept.
Of course.
God of War swept.
Yeah.
Outstanding
Ate the
achievement,
crumbs.
like for real. It said outstanding achievement of animation, God of War. Achievement of art direction, God of War. Outstanding achievement in character, Kratos, God of War. We
Mhm.
had original music composition, God of War, which I thought for Horizon was going to do something with that. Then we had, I mean, it just swept. Outstanding technical, Elden Ring. Action game of the year, Vampire Survivors. Never heard of that. Adventure game of the year, God of War. Let's see. Fighting game of the year. I'm skipping that. I don't want to make Derek.
No. What is it? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Derek, please
deserve
don't.
extra
Derek,
rest.
please don't leave. Please don't leave. Multiverses.
Everybody deserve a hand clap. Come on now.
Role playing game of the year, Elden Ring, and then game of the year for them was, of course,
Why
Elden
Mr.
Ring.
Kid?
So it was another year. Dice Awards is the prestige. It's we have the Game Awards and then we have the Dice Awards. So the Game Awards is more of like the People Choice Awards and things of that. Dice Awards, that's your Oscars. That's where they really got people that sit down, dissect, and really go through the game. And it clearly, I mean, literally looking at it, God of War and other few big names, Elden Ring. So unfortunately, Horizon didn't get too much. It's a slept on game. It's a beautiful game, but I understand you launch with two heavy hitters that just hit the industry at a time that you want to launch your game. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the point of the podcast that I love so much. I get to end this goddamn stream without saying goodbye. Bye, everyone. No, I'm playing. We have
You could have.
we have recommendations. At this point in time, we'd like to recommend things for people to check out, be it read a manga, quote of the day, or something of the sort. Now, with that being said, which one of my beautiful co-hosts here would like to start it off?
Boom. Here we go. Oh no, get it. No, ladies first.
I volunteer you as tribute, but go ahead, makes no kid.
Volunteers me. Okay, all
Put
right.
your threes up.
We of the Robbie tribe would like to okay, no. I recommend, how do I do this to make it sound as mean as possible? I recommend to not take any award show for video games seriously until after 2023. The reason why is because I'm tired of fighting games getting shafted. What do we get at the VGAs as a fighting game nominee?
Multiverses.
No.
Seafood.
The game that's not we got Seafood.
Seafood, yeah.
That's a fighting game.
It's a
fighting game.
Fighting game.
Man, I was in there like Bruce Lee. I don't know what y'all.
But it's not a fighting game.
It is. I'm beating people with pipes and sticks.
That's an adventure.
Pay attention, people.
I'm about to mute her. I'm about to mute her.
See what I'm saying? This is the exact reason why that we go through what it is that we go through. I'm hoping now that because money is bigger now for fighting games and people are paying more attention, right? There's millions on the line.
T-Will with the shots fired.
Is here. Mortal Kombat is coming. I'm hoping now the VGAs and the DICE Awards will pay attention because Multiverses isn't even going to be at EVO this year.
Thank God.
Like, it's not that, I don't, these games, these choices that they make, it bothers me. It bothers me. Even if it's not a fighting game that came out that year, right? It's still a fighting game making the most money and dominating the fighting game scene. Tekken 7, Final Fantasy 4, like just how they do for MMOs. Final Fantasy 14 came out 10 years ago, but it's still dominating best MMO or
it won
game
at the Dice Awards. It won multiplayer game of the year too.
So
take
that game didn't come out last year.
Hell
that
no.
Game didn't come. Okay, so then show the same respect to fighting games, you dumb b.
Hey,
not you, them.
No.
But yeah, so I recommend not giving any of these video game awards your attention like that till they get things right. I want all genres to have the proper representation. Don't get lazy with somebody's genre just because you don't want to do the research.
I agree.
It's very irritating. It's very
irritating. That is the most professional trash I've ever. That's the most professional recommendation that is disguised as trash that I've ever seen you do before. Makes no kin. I applaud thee. Slow clap.
It was very hard. It was very hard.
Yes.
But this can
happen
to any. This can happen to any genre. Anything that we love, they can say best shooter, and then they say Splatoon or something. Like, watch them, bro. You don't let them get away with that trash. That's my recommendation.
Lady Gunner, your recommendation.
My recommendation is I don't care what Mace No Ken said. Even if you defeat somebody from peeing on you, enjoy your victory. I got peed on 3 times in a row, and then when I stopped it, that was one small stone victory for me. I would not let nobody tell me don't be proud of that. I'm proud of that, especially for a person that don't play fighting games since they got beat up in 2nd grade by their older brother. Oh, I have not touched a fighting game at all. All these games that I'm playing now, I recently just bought, except for Mortal Kombat, but I was playing it for fun. Tekken, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, just bought those this year. Like,
You got Mortal
so
Kombat, and I
that's
apologize.
I guess, man.
I
Incremental
apologize, sir.
progress
it's
is
okay. I was
important.
able to break out of your juggles, so you didn't pee on me on this game. You peed on me on Tekken,
Because I
but it's
take
okay.
chip damage when I block. That's
And
why.
I'm breaking up out of there, but it's okay. So the fact that I was able to stop me, don't just basically, if you have a small accomplishment that's a big stepstone for you, enjoy it.
Celebrate your
If
small
you
victories.
just came into Tekken, you just came into a fighting game, and you have somebody that perfects you. I got perfected on a Guilty Gear. I still put it in the video clips because the other person is obviously better and gooder at the game than me. Tekken,
Gooder.
it's a learning curve because you don't have guard breaks, so I can't get up out of that. But it's a learning curve, so I enjoy it. I enjoy challenges. So basically, my recommendation is enjoy your small victories. They're small to you, and they're
No, no, no,
proud
no, no,
and
no. They're big to you.
um,
They're small to others.
they're big. Yeah, they're big to me, but it's small to Mace No Ken over here, who's been in FGC for a very, very, very long time
I mean,
since he was 8.
no, no,
But it's a big
lady,
step.
but it's good. But Lady Gunner, when it's time to hit the hyperbolic time chamber, you will be trained properly.
Yeah, I'm finna pull a Goku. You just wait on it. I'm
No,
finna
you're gonna
do your
pull a
mission.
straw hat. We're going to time skip you. You
No,
pulling up,
I'm
looking for
finna culture
hands.
instinct your ass.
It
Fuck
sounds
it,
good.
fuck a time skip.
Okay. That's good.
Okay.
For me, I have two quick ones. My first one, be there when you need to with your team and family members, no matter how tired you are. It has been an extremely busy week for myself, past few weeks for myself, and there's been things going on with my team and my family. I did not let that break me or tell me I have to time out. I made some coffee. I walked outside. I put one in the air. I was like, shit, I gotta get to work because at the end, I know they have my back just as much. So be there for your friends. And two, stay focused on what you got going on. There's a lot of good things happening with other communities, other people doing their work. There's going to be people that's going to hate on you for no reason. Allow them to hate. Allow them to stay in their own corner and be upset. You cannot address every hater that's out there. It's not going to be able to happen because you're going to get tired and the projects that you're working on won't get the attention that needs to be done. So focus on your focus, get it done, and be there for your friends and family. That's all. That's my recommendation. So with that being said, I want to thank Greg, T. Will the Don, Twilight, my boy Ray, my boy Charlie Wilson. First name Charlie, last name Wilson. Liv. Who else pulled up today? And everyone in the chat, I want to thank you. Oh, my boy Corey. Sorry, Corey. I don't know if you was playing Destiny and accidentally broke your monitor, so there was a thing. I was worried. None but love, Corey. None but love. But I want to thank everyone for pulling up. You have been the most supportive community that we have, and we're only building. Thank you for pulling up for my personal streams. Thank you for checking out our content that we have. And with that being said, this community, my host, everyone here deserves the heartiest gang.
You're lucky, Greg, that we didn't roast you for the thumbnail. I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it.
So with that being
I
said,
was
everyone
gonna
have Corey. I know I got 2 strikes. So with that being said, everyone have a good day. If you
He
want,
said that's too.
I'll see y'all later. Everyone have a great day.